From choking out a YouTuber and claiming self-defense to potentially losing out on millions with a fight with Jake Paul, Nate Diaz is in some serious trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats because we've got some spicy news coming your way. The world of combat sports has once again found itself embroiled in controversy. And this time, it involves none other than former UFC star Nate Diaz. Yep, you heard that right, folks. The infamous Stockton bad boy has found himself in hot water with the law once again. Diaz surrendered himself to authorities on Thursday morning after an arrest warrant was issued for suspicion of second-degree battery. And let me tell you, the charges don't look good. Second-degree battery is considered a felony in Louisiana. This carries a potential penalty of up to 8 years in prison, with or without hard labor, and/or up to a $2,000 fine. Following his booking, Diaz was allowed to post bond for his release from custody, and the courts imposed no travel limitations on him. According to a statement from Diaz's representative, Zach Rosenfield, bond has been granted and posted, and Diaz has been given permission to resume travel, which includes returning to his hometown of Stockton today. It's clear that this is a serious situation, and one that could have major consequences for Diaz and his future in combat sports. But one thing's for sure, we can expect the combat sports world to be buzzing with speculation and commentary in the coming days and weeks. With so much drama and excitement surrounding this feud, it's clear that this is a story that isn't going away anytime soon. But how on earth did Diaz end up in this situation? Well, folks, according to reports, the New Orleans Police Department issued an arrest warrant last Monday for Diaz on suspicion of second-degree battery. Wait, what? You mean to tell me that the Diaz brothers are still causing trouble outside the octagon? Well, color me surprised. But hold on to your seats, because it gets even crazier. Diaz was allegedly involved in a brawl on Bourbon Street following a Misfits boxing card in the city. And if that wasn't enough to make your jaw drop, a video surfaced on social media that appeared to show Diaz choking YouTube personality Rodney Peterson unconscious in the middle of a melee with several others. Holy smokes, this is like something straight out of a movie. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear about a street brawl involving a former UFC fighter and a YouTuber, I can't help but imagine it playing out like a scene from a cheesy action movie. But unfortunately, this is real life, and things like this have real consequences. According to police spokesperson Karen Boudry, officials were alerted to a large altercation on Bourbon Street at around 2:10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Witnesses reportedly told police that they saw a white male who was believed to be unconscious. EMS was called to the scene, and the man was found bleeding from the back of his head. Last year, he left the UFC after fighting out of his contract, and now he's scheduled to face YouTuber-turned-prize fighter Jake Paul in a big-money boxing grudge match on August 5th in Dallas. But all of that might now be in jeopardy. After an investigation, an arrest warrant was issued for Nate Diaz, and he has been charged with second-degree battery. I don't know about you guys, but I have a feeling that this story is far from over. I mean, the Diaz brothers are known for their no-holds-barred approach to life. So, who knows what kind of trouble they'll get into next? Only time will tell, my friends. Only time will tell. According to a statement from Diaz's representative, Zach Rosenfield, Becker plans to present all the facts about the incident to the district attorney, which will demonstrate that Peterson aggressively pursued Nate and that Nate acted entirely in self-defense. Wow, talk about a twist in the tale. It looks like this is shaping up to be a classic case of he said, she said, with both sides fighting tooth and nail to prove their innocence. And speaking of Peterson, did you guys hear what he said in his latest social media video? Apparently, he plans to knock Nate the F out when he knows he's coming. And he even went so far as to ask if he was mistaken for fellow influencer Logan Paul. I don't know about you guys, but something tells me that this feud is far from over. But let's not forget the most shocking part of this whole ordeal. The video that surfaced on social media of Diaz choking Peterson unconscious in the middle of a melee. It's like something straight out of a movie. Peterson could be seen confronting Diaz with people fighting on all sides. And then Diaz locks Peterson in a guillotine choke submission, standing up until Peterson is unconscious. Diaz then lets Peterson drop to the street below, where Peterson hits his head on the pavement. It's a scene that is both shocking and disturbing. Did you guys know that Peterson has combat sports experience too? That's right. Despite being best known for his resemblance to Logan Paul, Peterson is actually quite the athlete himself. He has a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, has fought in MMA several times as an amateur, and even has a professional boxing record of 1-0 according to online records. It's clear that Peterson is no stranger to combat sports. And it's possible that his experience may have played a role in the altercation with Diaz. Diaz's representative, Zach Rosenfield, has released a statement to MMA Fighting, saying that Diaz's attorney looks forward to presenting all the facts about the incident to the district attorney, which will clearly demonstrate that Peterson aggressively pursued Nate with the intention of engaging him. And once doing so, Nate acted entirely in self-defense. It's clear that Diaz and his team are taking these charges very seriously and are willing to fight tooth and nail to prove their innocence. But with such serious charges against him, it remains to be seen what kind of impact this will have on Diaz's future in combat sports. Will he be able to put this behind him and continue his career as one of the most exciting fighters in the world? Or will this be the end of the road for the Stockton bad boy? Only time will tell. And it looks like even UFC president Dana White couldn't resist weighing in on the Nate Diaz and Rodney Peterson feud. After seeing the video of Diaz choking out Peterson and leaving him unconscious on the street, White delivered a one-liner that would make Conor McGregor proud. "That guy's head bounced like a effing basketball," he said. Talk about a savage comment. White was busy gambling in Las Vegas when he saw the video, and as he was shown the footage at a poker table, he nearly lost it. I don't know about you guys, but I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall during that conversation. Can you imagine the trash talk that was flying around that poker table? Earlier, we spoke of a future boxing bout. Two of the biggest personalities in combat sports, YouTuber turned prizefighter Jake Paul and former UFC bad boy Nate Diaz, were supposed to clash this summer in a highly anticipated boxing match. The bout was scheduled to take place on August 5th at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, and officials told ESPN that the fight would be contested at 185 pounds and contracted for 8 rounds with 10-ounce gloves. The pay-per-view bout was set to be distributed globally by DAZN, making it accessible to fans all over the world. But here's where things get interesting. The event was supposed to be a 50-50 collaboration between Paul's Most Valuable Promotions and Diaz's Real Fight Inc. This would have been the first time Diaz ever promoted himself, the first time he would have fought outside of the UFC in 15 years, and his first career pro boxing match. Diaz has competed in some of the biggest pay-per-view events in UFC history, and Paul has made a name for himself as a boxer despite his low experience level. It was shaping up to be an epic clash between two of the biggest personalities in combat sports. But with Diaz's recent legal troubles and the charges of second-degree battery against him, it remains to be seen what impact this will have on the highly anticipated boxing match. Will it still go ahead as planned, or will it be postponed or even canceled altogether? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the combat sports world will be watching closely to see what happens next.